Sack Life, beat depression. It's day 718, and we're back on the scene with a special COVID quarantine recovery edition. Looks like I've come down finally with COVID after all this time, and I'm going to have to moderate for sure my intensity level, but it has been 717 days of goal accomplishment, so nothing is going to stop me now. That being said, let's get into the lesson. Thankfully, I got COVID on probably one of the best days I could get it on. It's an active recovery day, our water flow Wednesday, so it's going to be a lower intensity exercise routine. I'm probably going to go extremely slow because I'm dealing with this illness at the moment, but it's not going to stop me from moving forwards, and that's what it's all about. We got to find a way to make progress no matter what the circumstances are. There's always a way to move forwards. So it's a water flow Wednesday. We're going to be focusing in on that diaphragmatic breathing tool. And I want to shout out gratitude to the first ones in. Opal Barsman, thanks for being here. Madwithhats, thank you for being here as well. Appreciate you out there. I'm just determined and dedicated. I know from the number. That's the big deal about the number. I know from the number that it's possible, no matter what, it's possible to move forward. It's possible to find a way. So we'll moderate, we'll adjust to the circumstances, dial the intensity down, focus in on the breath and movement, but we're still training. If I'm alive, I'm training. It's happening. Shout out as well to Brett, aka Soul. Thank you for being here. So let's talk about gratitude, going out to you guys for supporting the cause. Go ahead and think about your piece of gratitude for the day. And second mental health tool we're going to cover is that progress tracking tool. Keeping track of the number of days that you show up for you and accomplish that goal. It's the only reason I'm able to be here today is because I'm keeping this number. This number has been building me up for 718 days, letting me know that nothing is going to stop me. And I would love for that to happen for you guys too, so that you can see how strong you really are in the face of anything that's trying to tell you otherwise. So please do keep track of that number. Keep track of the days you show up for yourself, put in the work, and move forwards, because it will have a positive and powerful effect in your life the more you keep track of it. That being said, if you do have a number out there, feel free to share it. That's one of the greatest ways to help inspire others to make progress in their lives, just by being that change that we want to see. Next, a little loud, I'm sorry, but we're going to get through this. It is a Water Flow Wednesday, active recovery day, so I think I don't have to change today's plan. We'll still move through some Muay Thai striking patterns, and we're going to link them with that breathwork tool, the diaphragmatic breathing tool. So let's practice that tool first, and as soon as this episode's over, I'm going to go back to sleep, so, just in case you're concerned. I'm drinking plenty of water, got Tylenol to keep the fever down, and I'm going to get as much rest as possible. So, in the meantime, though, let's tune in to this diaphragmatic breathing tool. It's a very powerful tool to calm the automatic nervous system. So if you're stressed out, if you've got a high heart rate, you're feeling a lot of anxious energy, you can get rid of that and take control of that automatic nervous system with this breathwork tool. So the way it works is we're going to take that deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly with air, keeping the chest flat where it is. We're going to hold it for a moment, and then we're going to exhale twice as long, at least twice as long as the inhale. And when we exhale, we're going to exhale through the mouth with pursed lips. A little bit of resistance in that mouth is going to further activate that diaphragmatic breathing muscle. So let's do it together. Deep breath through the nose to the belly, keeping the chest nice and flat. Hold it for a moment, and then long and slow. Out the mouth through pursed lips. And that's it. It's that simple. That is it's called diaphragmatic breathing, and that helps us calm that automatic nervous system. If you're not feeling it already, do a couple of them in a row, and slowly it will take effect. It is a tool, so all you have to do is find the right way to use it, practice, and it will be effective. That being said, we're going to link that tool with movement to make it super effective and give ourselves a moving meditation, active recovery session, while we continue to train in Muay Thai striking patterns. So go ahead and pop in to your defensive position. And when we take that deep breath into the belly, we're going to assume the defensive position. On the exhale through the lips, we're going to move forwards into our striking patterns. And you can use any striking pattern you'd like out there. You can really make this thing your own. If you've studied other forms of martial arts, you can use those striking patterns and just link them with the breath to make it an active recovery session. But I'm going to be firing off from Muay Thai because that's what we've been training in for so long, and it's also one of my favorites so far that I've found. Our session's going to be 10 minutes long, straight through, but we're going to stop and tune into the breath in between those patterns. And you can follow along visually with me with the striking patterns that I'm using, or you can use your own, like I said before. Really make it your own. But our focus is to keep it low intensity, so we want to keep those strikes to a maximum of 3 strikes, 2 to 3 strikes total, and move slow with the breath. Let the breath be your guide to those strikes. So it's going to look like this. We're going to assume the defensive position on the inhale to the belly, guard high, and then long and slow exhale as we twist into attack pattern. Exhaling all the way through, finishing that exhale out the mouth in striking position, and then deep inhale to the belly on the way back. Guard nice and high, long and slow exhale out the mouth. Fully exhaling into that striking pattern, and then deep inhale back. Now when we have multiple strikes, it's not going to be multiple breaths, it's still going to be one long exhale. We're just going to exhale through both or all 3 of those strikes. So it's going to look like this. Deep inhale to the belly in defensive position. Hold it, long, slow exhale through all 3 strikes. Trying to time out our pace to land that last punch where the very end of the breath is. I want to shout out as well to Lisa the Luminary and Slayer Ken for being here and for being so consistent. Ken at 326 days. Congrats, brother. Appreciate you for being here through the thick and thin. I know it couldn't have been easy all that time, but you still made it. And that's what that number can show you. That no matter what, you can move forward. You can find a way to make that progress. So it's been 718 days for me today. Coming at you with COVID. I'm going to lower that intensity level and find a way to move forwards and make that progress no matter what. There's always a way. So, that being said, let's do it. Let's get into this thing. We'll have our calming tunes coming out of that retro boombox. Calm the mind. If you want to check in on them, you can stream them for free through Spotify. Just search the artist sackmanofficial.com. If you use headphones, this one actually has a binaural beat in it that can help you enter meditation, enter REM sleep, and also calm the nervous system. So give it a shot. There it is. Alright, let's do this thing so I can go back to sleep. Shout out to this kid is lucky, California Bill out there. Appreciate you, man. Alright, let's get it. We're going to do that diaphragmatic breathing tool. Bring the breath in deep to the belly. Starting in 3, 2, 1. One hand over the chest, one hand over the belly. Take that deep breath in. Shout out to Tanner Hamilton. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Saw you had COVID. Yeah, man, I got it. This is day 1. We're going to take it low. Thankfully, it's an active recovery day. So we're going to go low and slow, keep that intensity low, and find our way forwards through it. Take that deep breath in through the nose to the belly. Holding the breath in the belly. Long and slow exhale through the mouth. Letting that belly fall flat. Keeping the chest flat the whole time. One more time. Deep through the nose to the belly. Long and slow exhale through the lips. Appreciate the well wishes from Ken and from everybody out there. Appreciate you guys. Now we're going to use that breath. We're going to link it with movement. So go ahead and deep inhale to the belly in defensive position. Guard high by the brow line, chin tucked, right? Proper form. Long and slow exhale into jab cross. Remember, twist through the ball of the foot. Slow that pace down so that you land that final strike right at the end of the breath. Deep inhale back to defense. Guard high. Long and slow exhale through jab cross. Tucking that chin in right to the shoulder for defense. Twisting through those shoulders. Deep inhale back to defensive position. Guard high. Long and slow exhale through jab cross. That breath in the belly for a moment. We're going to switch it up in just a few rounds. Long exhale forwards, jab cross. Deep on that breath. Make sure it's going to the belly on the inhale. Long exhale out the mouth. And you're sinking a little bit on those knees, turning through the ball of the foot. Fully exhale there. Return to a neutral position. Let's return to that breath for a moment. Make sure we're taking it slow. Hand over chest and belly. Deep in through the nose to the belly. Long and slow exhale out the mouth. One more time, deep into the belly. Long and slow exhale through the mouth. Alright, let's return to our striking patterns. This time we're going to switch it up. We're going to toss some uppercuts. Lead uppercut and then rear uppercut following through. Shout out to Ian Carlson. Thanks for being here, buddy. We're using that diaphragmatic breathing tool as a guide. We're following the pace of the breath. So take that deep breath back into defensive stance. Guard high, long and slow. We're going to drop that lead hand down and rotate through the hips, sending it up the center line. We want to make sure we bring the elbow into the center line and send that fist straight up into the chin of that depression dummy. Bring it back to the head to guard. As the other one drops down, we're going to rotate through on the ball of back foot. Bring that rear uppercut up the center line. Bam, popping that depression dummy in the chin. And then back to stance. Of course, following through with the breath. Deep inhale to defensive stance. Long exhale through double uppercuts. Fully exhale in that final strike position. Out the mouth. Deep inhale back through the nose to the belly. Guard high. Long exhale through double uppercuts. Now if you notice my guard's dropping, that's not that great. So what we can do to keep that guard up, deep inhale back to defense. What we can do to keep that guard up is first start with a slip, right? Start with a slip and then rotate through, boom. And really try and drop that fist at the last second, right before you get into range. Drop that fist at the last second and send it up that center line. Deep inhale back to defensive position. Into the belly, we're gonna cover up this time. Fully exhale through those pursed lips into those striking patterns. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. Hold that breath in the belly. Long and slow exhale out the mouth. Rotating through on the ball of each foot. Sending those arms up the center line. Deep inhale back. Guard high, chin tucked, shoulders rolled, hips curled. Long exhale through that striking pattern. Exhale there, nice and slow. Follow the breath as a guide. Deep inhale back to defensive position. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Through the nose to the belly. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. And let's return to that breathwork tool for a moment. Shake out the arms if you're feeling that lactic acid build up. Right on, brother. Come on, I'm crossing. Right on. Let's do this thing. Hand over the chest, hand over the belly. Deep breath in through the nose to the belly. Let's keep that nervous system calm and under control. Long exhale through pursed lips. And close your eyes and visualize that breath leading. Make it a little more effective. Deep inhale through the nose to the belly. Hold. Long and slow exhale through pursed lips. Remember, make that breath out twice as long as the breath in. And we're going to switch over into elbow strikes. So for those elbow strikes, we're going to drop the lead hand into an invisible pocket on the chest and rotate through as we step forwards. Swap the hands after that strike. Keep the guard high on the lead one and rotate through on the back foot. Same thing, hand, wrist goes as close to the body as possible, making the elbow nice and pointy, and we're twisting through the body to execute those moves. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. Guard high, long and slow, exhale into double elbow strikes. Chin tucked, guard high. Oof. Do my best out here. Deep inhale back. Guard high, let's go. Nice and slow, keep that pace low. flow with that breath. You want to flow through these movements. Deep inhale back to defensive position. Guard high, chin tucked, shoulders rolled. Keep those knees bent. Long and slow, exhale forwards. Fully exhale, striking position, deep inhale back. Long and slow exhale through double elbows. Deep inhale back. Hold that breath in the belly. Long and slow exhale through double elbows. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. Remember to keep it balanced the whole time. Tuck that chin. Keep those feet evenly spaced. Knees bent. Rotate on the ball of the foot. As you strike, long and slow exhale through. Gonna flow through with that breath as a guide. Deep inhale back. Shout out to George Malone. Thanks for being here. Long and slow exhale through double elbows. Deep inhale back. And let's return to the breath. Slow it down a bit. Holding one hand over the chest, one hand over the belly. Long and slow through the nose to the belly. And long and slow out the mouth through pursed lips. Sometimes it's easy to get carried away with the striking patterns and the energy involved in martial arts itself, so it's good to use that breath to recenter and make sure we're slowing down that heart rate and calming the nervous system. One more time, deep breath in through the nose to the belly. Long and slow exhale out the mouth. Now feel free to use any striking pattern you like. I'm going to kind of free flow, get creative with it. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. Guard high, long and slow, exhale through striking patterns. 3 strikes maximum. Deep inhale back. Long and slow, exhale through strikes. Deep inhale back. Long and slow, exhale through those strikes. Deep inhale back. Long and slow, exhale forward. Deep inhale back. And that is the end of our active recovery breath focused session. Hopefully you're feeling the calming effects. Shout out to Stephanie Alma. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate that support. Hopefully you're feeling the effects of that mental health tool, that diaphragmatic breathing tool. If not, please do practice this in your own time. It is a tool, so like I said before, if we learn how to use it properly, we can calm that nervous system in any given situation. You can do that on a plane, you can do that in a meeting, anywhere you want. And if you have room to shadow box, make it super effective with that movement as well. Remember, there's always a way forwards. There's always a way to make progress, no matter what your circumstances are. And until next time, I'll catch you same exact time, same exact place, same exact channel.